Okay, time now is 2:22 p.m. on May 5th. Yeah. 11 days, 11 days, 11 days. Um yeah, I slept from 6:10 to 2:15. Woke up by the alarm. You're so fucking crazy. Um yeah, I don't want to sleep that late ever again. But last night was I didn't even watch a movie last night. I just had a lot to do, I guess. But but yeah, so hopefully 4. No. Tonight if I can go to bed at 5, it's good enough. Okay. Let's aim for that. Yeah, I had this crazy ass multi-parted dream and I'm sure I forgot a chunk of it already. But it has something to do with me being in the art department for some film, and I'm working for, I don't know why, it's someone that I know at USC, but I've never worked with him before, and somehow he's like Pedro Pascal or something, which is ridiculous. But yeah, I'm just working for this PD that I know supposedly, or that he looks like Pedro Pascal. Anyways, it's a whole art team, maybe about 3 to 4 people, and it's I think a short film, and we traveled all the way to this house, and yeah, and then we're just gonna set up stuff, and then at the same time, this is a Pong Joon Ho movie, but instead of like PDing for Pong Joon Ho, I ended up being inside of a Pong Joon Ho movie. Like my dream became a Pong Joon Ho movie, and kind of like the slapstick comedy. And there's a scene where these two guys, and it's supposed to be the climax of the film, or one of the many climaxes, these two guys end up in a room, in a sauna, I think, and they start fighting. And then they challenge each other to a duel, a match of sorts. And then they start like fighting each other with their legs. And the protagonist is the underdog. The antagonist is a very good fighter and flips him over, punches him, whatever. So the protagonist, like the fight was supposed to be like fun, and then it got really serious. And the protagonist found this mop, or this vacuum cleaner that's also basically like a shaving razor, and he switched it on and he started like shaving the antagonist's legs and got rid of his hair. And then another moment where he found these Velcro tape, and he taped it onto the antagonist's leg and then ripped it so it hurts. It's smart. It really got him. And everyone laughed. It's really crazy. And then like further down the house, like in the basement of the house, it suddenly goes into like mall territory. It feels like an underground mall and an MTR, and we have all these fancy ass restaurants and fancy bars. And I'm like, wow, this is too expensive. I can't get food here. And then we left the house and we came back another day, and then there's cleanup, and it's so disgusting. But a lot of people helped. I also saw my mom, so my mom somehow also involved in helping the cleanup. It also felt like the last day of a travel with my family, so I helped clean up, and yeah. And then there are multiple random things that are completely unrelated, but they were in my dream somehow. Uh, yeah, I don't know. I forgot. I remembered it for a moment and then I forgot. There's like a movie scene, like a cutscene, that is somehow attached to my dream, even though it has nothing to do with my dream. And it has something to do with two guys, and then, yeah, I don't know. But this is crazy. All these like weed slash. I didn't even smoke weed yesterday. The orange thing doesn't count because it wasn't lit. Um, but all these like alcohol induced dreams is just fucking crazy. I think I'm also having a lot of dreams because I'm sleeping more at this stage. But yeah, so still processing last night. Just the sudden heart to heart with Sunny was just so ooh. And I'm like, is it too soon? Am I rushing it? Am I pushing it? Um, Not really, because she was the one talking more, and I'm just really happy, and I think she's just really, ugh. Yeah, maybe she's the fourth girl. I don't know, but we'll see. I want to hang out with her. I want to get to know her more, and yeah, and I've made the right choice by casting her as Odessa. She is Odessa herself. She is Odessa. Um, yeah, no, woo. Um, I hope she feels the same way about me, but highly unlikely. But that's okay. I think, I think that's always a thought. You know, with Mary, it's like impossible. With Leslie, it's like, yeah, there's no way she's gonna like me back, so I'm just gonna prepare myself to be rejected. With Jayan, I was like weighing the four options, like, she doesn't like me, she likes me, blah blah. And then here, it's like, well, it's normal to not be liked back, but yeah, if I advance a little and if I am a little bit more like, hey, I think she's bound to feel some way about me. If she talks a lot to me, I think that's also a very good sign. Um, I don't know much about her past, but she talks a lot about, men being very predatory towards her, which is really sad and disturbing. Um, so it makes sense for her to like have her guard up. And last night I feel like she had her guard down, which yeah. So we'll see. We'll see. 11 days left. And yeah, today I have nothing planned. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. Maybe I'm not gonna go outside. Maybe home all day. Maybe Amazing Christian's gonna meet up at SCA and work on essays, and maybe I want to do that too. Um, and yeah, but definitely gonna ask ask about the sash because apparently it's been missing, and then yeah, book an Airbnb for Can, and then just work on editing and watching films, etc. So that's the plan today, and yeah. Okay, time now is 2:31 a.m. in the morning. Yeah, very quaint day, very quiet day, and very much deserved day of quietness because the last 4 days. It's not just 3 nights. It's actually 4 days in a row. It's just nothing but banger days. 4 days of banger. 4 freaking days of bangers because April 30th was the last day of class and it was ceremonial. Smoked weed with Christian and Maisie. May 1st I did the filming for for my Empire promo, and then back to back APCA banquet, and then the Culture View showcase. And today's a very deserved day of quietness, and I appreciate it. And also, these 4 days are so fucking climactic that if the rest of my days here is just quiet, of course, leading up to the graduation, that's fine. I'm fine. I think I'm already pretty happy with what I've done. Obviously, the three things still stand. The three things that I worry about right now, which is OPT and the Empire and Sunny. I'm least confident on the Empire. It feels like Andrew and Kate has zero intention of producing my stuff. I just really want to meet up with them and talk over it because, honestly, to be perfectly honest, last night I saw a bunch of Instagram stories of the Woos and then Daniel Pan and Kay Shay and Kate and Ethan hanging out at Parkside Canteen eating a meal, and then today they're hanging out at some place again. The truth is, I'm not part of their gang, and no matter how much I join their meetups and go to Palo Alto and see them, etc., etc., no matter how friendly I am to them individually, having a heart to heart with Daniel, etc. I'm never gonna be with them. That's the truth. I feel like at this point I've already consolidated myself as part of the weird queer art group, which is so unexpected, but I feel like I do feel more comfortable in that group than with the Asian film group, even though supposedly I am an Asian film person, right? So, yeah. But I don't know, I still very much want them to produce my work because I trust them. So we'll see. Anyways, today, not much happened. I didn't do that much, unfortunately. I had quite a bit to do, but I was just tired, burnt out, and for a long while in the afternoon, Christian and Maisie were gonna meet up at SCA to like study together, and then Maisie was there for a bit, and then Maisie left, and then Christian was there, and Christian was like, "Oh, there's this screenwriters." No, Maisie said that there's a screenwriters pitch thing, and then Christian went, and Christian's like, "Yep, there's no seats." So at the end, Maisie went home, and then Maisie was like, I'm overwhelmed. I don't want to work. I don't want to work on this essay." And then that's that's it. So we didn't meet. So today was almost home all day for me. But at around 9 p.m. ish, I took a lift to the gym. I thought might as well hit the gym. Because with only 11 days left until graduation, chances of me hitting the gym is very, very slim. So I'm gonna hit the gym today, and then this Thursday I'm gonna hit the gym for the final time, the final gym this Thursday, okay? Because tomorrow, I don't know. I don't know about tomorrow. There's nothing tomorrow, which I like. Thursday I'm hitting the gym, and then Friday onwards something's gonna happen each day. Friday is the 8th, I believe, and oh yeah, there's Lizzie's birthday. The 9th is Tiger's 546. The 10th is 310. 11, nothing happens, I believe. 12, my parents are arriving. 13, my brother's arriving, plus the 480 screenings. I also called my mom just now, and I invited her and the family to come to the 480 screening, which is fucking insane. I rarely do that. Back into school, I always keep my family outside of my school because it's like the dark, evil world of insanity versus real life, family. But there's something genuinely amazing about seeing student short films at USC, and my mom teaches in a film school, in one of the only film schools in Hong Kong. Might as well bring my mom over. So I thought this is a good opportunity, but it's gonna be weird. I'll be in nail polish, I'll be in a tux, and I'm gonna be weird, but it's fine. I'm being myself, So that's the 13th, and then 14th, I have the commencement, and with my family. 15th, I have my graduation, and then 16th is the last day, and then 17th, I'm off to Cannes. So literally, Thursday is the last day I could go to gym. I could hit the gym tomorrow as well, but I don't know. Depends. But I'm expecting some kind of Christian Maisie meetup thing tomorrow, which is great. Again, so I need to emphasize this 10 more times, and that is, I've always wanted to be in some kind of group of friends. And even though me, Christian, Maisie were just trio, but this is already really cool that we're texting each other nearly every single day in the group chat. And it's just one of those year end, at the very, very end of the school life, you suddenly find two very good friends, and then you just stick with them. And it's just a very sudden thing. It's at the end, we all got along, and it's just us three for some reason. It almost runs parallel with the school. Again, with the school, I wanted to join the Bean Gang, right? You have Tom and Hans, etc., Marty. But at the end of the day, I couldn't. And then for a long time, wanted to join the Tofu Gang, like Natalie and Leah, Pink, Topher, but of course I couldn't. And at the end, I somehow ended up becoming closer with either Leah and Pink or with Zara and Miriam. And in this case, it does feel a little bit like Zara and Miriam. So that's very interesting, but genuinely awesome that Christian and Maisie, and I feel comfortable saying whatever shit I want to say in the group chat, which is just amazing. And yeah. Anyways, I digress. Aside from the gym, nothing else happened. I went to the gym. I did some lateral raises. I did a couple pull-ups. I did the chest bench thing, and I also tried to do this on the bench. I don't feel any soreness in my chest. Then I ran a little bit. It's fine, whatever. It was a 40-minute gym session, very quick. I don't feel sore at all. I don't feel that tired by it. I wish I could do more. And aside from that, nothing else happened. I'm just doing a lot of trivial, menial tasks. Yeah, my sash is gone. I went outside and ran around, and my sash is gone. So, thankfully, yesterday I emailed the sash people. This morning they immediately got back saying, can you check again? So hopefully immediately, super fast, they make a new sash for me. And I have to graduate with it, okay? I have to graduate with it. Of course it gets stolen. The fuck? But yeah, it's gone. I don't know where it is. But yeah. And then hopefully I'll get it in time so that we can take some photos. Hopefully before my parents come. The 11th, I hope, even though that's fucking 5 days later. Yeah, second of all, Vietnamese professor responded. She will work on my recommendation letter. Yeah. And then what else? Did the laundry. I bought the Airbnb at Cannes. I booked it last night. No, last night I did research. I found 2 cheap Airbnbs, and then without checking too much, without overthinking too much, I just booked the cheaper one, and then boom, I got it. $200 something, which is a little tough for one night, a little expensive, but it was only one night. Last year for 2 nights, it was $300 and something. But yeah, it's fine. I don't care if it's a bad quality Airbnb, honestly. It's just one night. I'm just gonna have to tough it out for one night. And the one in San Francisco is pretty bad. So this one can't be that bad. So yeah, I toughed it out. I stayed in San Francisco for 2 nights for $700 and something, by the way. One night here for 200 and something is actually a lot cheaper in comparison. Okay, anyways, enough coping. I booked an Airbnb. I talked to a seer a little bit, not over the phone, just talked to a seer about just OPT. Turns out a seer's, I guess I shouldn't say this out loud because I'm endangering him. But a seer essentially just told me, no worries. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna work out. Talked with Anna Iwasawa a little bit. So both Anna Iwasawa and Ziyu are they are working for Ampav at Cannes. And so I just exchanged their profiles together. I talked to Ziyu a little bit and told her, hey, I know this other girl who's going to Ampav. So yeah, anyways, helping people make connections. And then that's pretty much it. Not much else. Yeah, Sunny. I know it's a little too much to ask for. I wish I could speak to her every day because she's so interesting. Yeah. But I feel like we're still not that close yet. Me and first of all, again, she's an introvert versus, I guess I shouldn't use the term introvert because it's more of a spectrum, but Leslie and Jairn are more aggressive and extroverted on the extroverted side. Sunny's a little bit more introverted side. Even though she dances, she wears crazy makeup, but that's her guise, that's her armor. So it's a bit tough to ask. But I did open up a leeway. I'm like, let's hang out. And so, I don't know, and given how well we talked yesterday, I'm sure to some degree she would be interested in talking to me more. Yeah. And again, I have this fear that I always have this fear. It's like when I spoke with Giant, I thought Giant's also surrounded by 50 other guys and 50 other girls, and they all want her. And if Giant's so close to me, maybe she's also really close to like a bajillion other people. Maybe the heart-to-heart conversation we had last night with Sunny, maybe she's had it with 50 other people already, and she doesn't think much of it. Maybe. But then again, I have no time to overthink. But also at the same time, I don't want to rush it. So I'm not going to force it. If she's too busy, and now it's finals week, so it makes sense that she would be busy. If she's busy, fine. We'll wait it out, and then maybe, maybe we could see each other a couple times before graduation. That's good enough for me. If I can see her a couple times, I would be really happy. So, and I think 480 screening she's gonna be there. Colin's not gonna be there because Colin will be at Cannes. Actually, I don't even know if Sunny's gonna show up because I don't think she really cares. But I do want to see Sunny just a couple more times. I think it is already great, or at least talk. I think talking is fun. If last night was the last time I'm gonna see her before the end, that would be a shame. But at least I'd want us to talk more. But then again, I'm not gonna rush it. I'm gonna take time with it. She's taking it very slow, and I think it's also because there hasn't been too many predatory men and women around her life, and she's taking precautions, she's being safe, and I totally respect that because I would do the same. I only recently entered her life, to be honest, even though I've met her in September or I think October last year, but truly we didn't even get close until like 2 weeks ago, I think. When I ran into her outside of SCA at SCI, and then seeing her a little bit in the Click to View meeting, and then just asking her to film, I swear to God, I saw her again at some point. I guess when I saw her again, it was the day me, Liam, and Sunny came up with the whole anti-AI project. Yes, I remember. So yeah, I feel like I didn't... And that was like, what, a week ago? 2 weeks ago? Literally 2 weeks ago. So let's be slow with it. But I very much, enjoy, yeah. She's so talented. Like, I'm thinking about her, and you know what? Holy shit. She's figured out what she wants to do and who she is. She draws, she makes music, she knows fashion, she likes film, she reads. She's just like, you know what? She's pretty powerful. Like, I don't like putting people on power scales. But I think with Leslie and Jairun, they're always like, there's always that something about them that just like clicks. It's like, wow, like she is on that level, and I can't believe it. So yeah. But then again, this is like not life and death for me. Like, and even with Leslie, I was like, well, I don't care. She's, if I dare to get close to her, it means this is disposable. Like, I can afford losing her, but of course I couldn't because I was so sad. But now, it's not life and death, but not in the sense that if she's gone, I don't care. It's not life and death in that I know that both of us have our own lives going on, and I met her at season 5 of her life, and she met me at season 6 or something, because I'm a little older, but still. So yeah, genuinely, yeah. Also, film you liked my Instagram story, the one where I drew Colin and um, yeah, yeah, um, but yeah. It's also interesting that she identifies as non-binary, even though she's female. But I find it really interesting that post Mary, and Mary doesn't count because with Mary I'm just really young. Mary's obviously straight. Post Mary, I end up just liking queer people or slightly queer people like Jagan, of course, who's 25% gay. But I always end up just gravitating towards people who identify as queer. And I just find that extremely fascinating. That's what I always end up with. And then people who get semi close to me, like Pepper or Audrey the Asian girl, they're like definitely straight. There's like no doubting. And I feel nothing. I'm like, okay, I feel zero. There's nothing there. I'm sorry. So, yeah. Okay, it's 2:28 p.m. On May the 6th, we are 10 days away from graduation. 10. 10. Yes, 10. I feel a little sore, my chest, just a tiny bit, which is good. I can't believe it. I can't believe we're 10 days away. 10 is just a blink of an eye. But yeah, another good sleep. Another good long night's sleep. I went to bed at around 5:40, 5:45, which is bad. So I gotta keep going at it, moving earlier and earlier. And yeah, I had a very scary fucking dream. I think, but I just forgot most parts of it. I think I was traveling with my family, or maybe it was my family came here to see my graduation, and there was a demonic attack, like in the apartment that we were staying at or the hotel. We heard some noise. We opened the door, and there was just like a demon outside, and it was like horrifying, and we escaped. And then something happened again, and we were able to confront the demon or make peace with them or something. I don't know. But yeah. So nothing planned for today, really. I might go out if Christian and Maisie are not planning a study session or something. I might just go outside and buy some more food, or oh, I should have woken up earlier today. Fuck. The OIS. Oh. Ugh. It's too late. Fuck. Um well, yeah, okay. Oh god. Okay. That sucks. I'm going to try to contact the OIS. But yeah, I'll just email them. But yeah, I just have assignments to finish. I have movies to finish. I watched half of a film last night, and yeah, thinking about Sunny. You know, it's good when I start thinking about one person day and night, and yeah, again, it's different. I wish it could be like Jayan, because Jayan literally just like texts me out of nowhere, and we talk every night, and I don't know if Sunny's like that, but yeah. Hmm. Okay, time now is 12:59 after midnight, and Jesus, it's late. I'm gonna have dinner now. But yeah, sort of kind of a nothing burger of a day again. The 10th last day. before graduation, but also if you think about it, the 12th last day before I head to Cannes. So it's really fucking crazy how fast time is going, and yeah, how end this is. It's truly the finale. This is the final, final stretch. But I don't mind today's quaint. It was a good day of rest again, and I actually did go outside. At around 7, I took a lift um, to, the school campus, and it was like sunset, and it was really nice. And I arrived at DMC, and I just listened to music. I walked around for about an hour, and I banged out half of my script for Mary Sweeney's Dreams class. And then I walked over to SCA. There isn't a single soul I know. Well, I probably recognize a couple people I've seen before, but I don't know a single soul. And I just went to third floor. There are no seats. I went to the second floor. I sat on the couch and I drew and I read, and it felt very fulfilled. It felt nice. I don't know why, but like, my new attitude on Sunny is that she's very artistically passionate. She's a very artistically meticulous person. She would do music, and she would be very meticulous about it. She does fashion and drawing and 3D modeling and design, and she's all very meticulous about it. Like, and I kind of feel inspired. Like, drawing, I've been drawing pretty consistently at least once a week in the last few weeks. But I want to get better. There's still so much, and instead of just taking this like a leisurely thing, I want to go even harder, draw even more, practice more. I really need to do something about it. So, yeah. Anyways, no news on Christian and Maisie. Group chat is pretty much dead the whole day. I assume they're both busy with things. I mean, I am kind of busy too. And yeah, I just finished a film, feeling nice, and yeah, not much else really. I don't know. I think I should probably call Andrew Wu and talk about my script at some point. I want to be upfront with it because it feels like they are purposefully avoiding talking about my film because they just don't want to produce it. And if they don't want to produce it, there's a good chance I'll just cancel it because I don't know who else I can trust. If I can't even trust them, then I can trust no one, basically, to at least produce. I trust a lot of actors. I trust the DP, Cliff. But I don't have trust as producers, and that's a huge problem. But yeah, that's it. I don't know. Sunny posted a photo on Instagram. She's also somewhere in downtown LA doing something, and yeah, just looking very menacing and doom and gloom, basically. But I'm just so happy that we had that deep conversation at the party because, yeah, she's not young. Like, she is 20, which is younger, a lot younger than me, but she's mature, and I'm happy that she's, yeah, that she's a lot more complex than I thought. But then again, in her view, everyone's complicated. And I think it's because she's met a lot of complicated people, I guess, but I guess to a degree she's right. I don't really know. Tomorrow I think I'll hit the gym. If nothing interesting happens, I'll hit the gym. I think regardless I want to hit the gym because tomorrow is basically my last possible chance, and then I also want to wake up early tomorrow. I want to wake up around 11 actually because the American Cinematheque they are announcing films for Bleak Week, and then they get announced at like 10:30 a.m. The tickets go on sale at 12, and then within a minute they all go out. And so every time I wake up, I check my phone. I'm like, oh, there are some interesting screenings. I check. Turns out they're all gone. That happened with the Isabelle Huppert retrospective and then the Ari Aster retrospective, which I'm not too bummed about because I've seen all four Ari Aster films. And if I want to see Ari Aster in person, I'm sure there are plenty of chances for the rest of my life. Um, but yeah, I do want to yeah, I do want to wake up early, and also I also want to just wake up early because of OIS, because I want to drop in, ask some questions. But yeah, OPT, I should be way more scared than I am now. I should be really scared right now, but I don't know. I just gotta fight through it. I gotta deal with the final exams. I think that's primarily. Also, I think today I was a little melancholic. Obviously, I'm not like head over heels dying of melancholia, which I usually am, and I think it's also because I've trained myself to adapt to melancholia, thanks to therapy, really. I think this feels like a superpower. No, well, I wouldn't say superpower. This feels like an ability that I have gained from therapy. Is like whenever I have sad thoughts, I know how to deal with it, know how to combat it, and deal with it, and yeah, felt good that I'm able to do that. So I was a little lonesome and dejected, but at the same time, I just thought to myself, you know what? I'm already really happy. I'm fine. I'm gonna do fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. And yes, I didn't achieve what I thought I would achieve at USC at all. Like going to USC, I thought I'm gonna go out as a very celebrated, well-known filmmaker with a girlfriend and with lots of love and success. And obviously, that is not the journey that I have gone through. I've gone through a rather psychological journey, a journey of self discovery, a journey of one particular girl whom I had a falling out with, and just getting to know more people. Yeah, I don't know. I think I just had a very interesting journey. I'm also developing ideas for a video essay, experimental video essay film, which I'm very excited about because it feels like I think that's what I was referring to when I was thinking about how Sunny feels so artistically meticulous because everything she does, she like takes it to the maximum, and usually I do that, but I feel like I don't do that anymore, and this morning I received a YouTube notification of someone leaving a comment from like a 4-year-old video. And it's the YouTube video I edited when I visited Central Hong Kong with Zara and Miriam, and we went to this nightclub, and I was so freaked out because I was so scared of like adult things, people doing drugs and having sex at the nightclub, which of course I was probably overthinking it and I was overly scared. If I know what I'm doing now, I would be scared of myself. It's trying to smoke weed through an orange, partying 3 nights in a row, even though Colin's party wasn't really a party. But yeah, I watched that video and I was like, wow, I used to be so much more creative with how I edit, and now it feels very formulaic. It's like I lost my passion. It's like I lost my fire. If I truly have the time and the energy and the passion to put my all into one thing, wouldn't that thing be fucking beautiful? Because I feel like the last few films I've made, Paradise, even Septum to a large degree, that shitty promo video that I edited for my film, I feel like I'm too. I don't know, I'll just bring a camera and I'll put down. If I had multiple days to prepare for this promo video, which of course I didn't because I didn't have time, but if I do, and I meticulously plan out each location and each shot and the lighting and think about the colors, it would look 50 times better. And I'm just wondering, how much can I pour into a piece of art? and if I don't have any help, which is the case for my last four films, literally Septum, Paradise, Smooth Op, Remain in Light. These four films are all super like minimal help. I've never had help since The World Is Not Enough. The World Is Not Enough, at least I had several crew people, someone's holding the balance board, blah blah blah, but like these four films I made at USC are all extremely minimalist. No one's helping me, and which is more the reason why I want to make the Empire, because if people help me, I could do great things. But I also want to know how to do great things without any help. I want to learn. I want to download DaVinci in my new laptop. I don't even know if it's functioning. To learn color grading. I want to learn color grading. I want to buy a tripod and a gimbal so that I could do things with them. I want to learn After Effects and learn effects. I want to learn how to draw. I want to include an animation sequence in my video. I want to buy a green screen so that I could get creative with things, maybe buy a simple light. And yeah, similarly, my YouTube, the last few days I've been thinking about completely rebranding my YouTube. Just stopping it. Like right now, I actually, not only have I stopped album reviews, I feel like I'm going to stop movie reviews. I feel like I should just do experimental video essays. And then occasionally some list videos. But like, if I spend a long time making one video and just pour all my passion in it, not because I want to show off, but because I want to be me, that's the pinnacle of art, I think. I think, and I think Sunny and a lot of these people, Shine and Julian, all of these people, they pour everything they can into one video because that's how much they want to be themselves. If you make slop, you're not truly yourself. If you want people to see you for who you are, you pour in everything so that you can create a picture of yourself through your art. And I want to do that. I want people to see my films, and it's so intricate and so meticulously put together that they can't help but think that's Enochian. So anyways, these are my thoughts. I'm having dinner now. Bye bye. Okay, time now is 11:39 a.m. On May 7th. We're 9 days away from graduation. 9. I slept from 5:45-ish? No, 5:35 to 11:10. Woke up by the alarm. And yeah, not a great sleep because I wish I could have slept longer. But I woke up and the first thing I saw was so I woke up early for two things. One is to speak to the OIS. The other is to fight for the American Cinematheque Bleak Week tickets. But then again, I don't know if there are gonna be Bleak Week tickets or not. I just know that in the morning they'll announce it, and then by noon it'll all be gone. So I need to wake up before noon to steal them tickets. And then yeah, I woke up and indeed Bleak Week is releasing their tickets at noon. Also, Cannes schedule is announced. We all thought it would be announced yesterday. Turns out they took a while, and then they finally got announced today, this morning. So yeah, and I'm gonna be missing a lot of movies that I want to see. But I'll build a tight schedule. I'll build a good schedule for myself so that I could revolve around that. So I'm excited to just build the schedule. And that's pretty much it. Nothing else planned for today. Gonna study, write the essay, go to the gym, and hopefully things will be all right. And last night I was a little like nervous perhaps because Sunny at like 2 a.m. made an Instagram story and it's like meme-ish, I guess. It's like Bingus, Dingus. What rhymes with Bingus or with Dingus, and it's cunnilingus. And I'm like, did she just publicly announce that someone ate her pussy? And not even on close friends. And it's with a photo of a bald cat, which is like even scarier. Like, did she eat someone's pussy or something? And I just felt really bad. Like, again, it's kind of like, I think it kind of reminds me of like early Giant again, or not early Giant. It's more of like a September-ish Giant where I'm like, is she like fucking another guy right now? Is she fucking another man right now? Because that just kind of triggers me and makes me think that there's a whole other world out there and I am nothing but a lowly worm in this sandstorm. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Maisie just got a job, and now I'm kind of freaked out because I really, really desperately need a job. Um, yeah. Lately, I've been asking Jing Chen and Alice Liu, and I asked them, like, if you hear about a job, please let me know. But, yeah, we'll see. This OPT thing is, yeah, OPT, Empire, Sunny. These three things are of high concern right now. So, yeah. The battle continues quietly today, I guess. Yeah. Okay, I have no storage space at all. I don't know why. Um, okay, anyways, this is gonna be quick. It's 12:42 after midnight. Another quaint day, another quiet day. 3 days in a row of nothing happening, pretty much. Um, yeah, I mean, I don't mind it. I feel like the climax of. I mean, it's a double climax, right? I feel like the APCA banquet and the Click to View showcase is pretty much the climax. And then there's going to be another one coming where I graduate and I go to the 480 screenings. But yeah, truthfully, very plain day. I only slept for 5.5 hours, and right off the bat in the morning, I got 3 tickets to Beyond, not Beyond Pets, American Cinematheques films. $60 is a bit expensive. I might sell one of them, but I also want to go to all 3 of the screenings. Who knows? Yeah, I talked to Michelle, and thankfully Michelle was able to grab the tickets right on time as well. So, yeah. In the meantime, the Cannes schedule is released. Holy shit, it is happening. And so after I woke up, I didn't think I would spend that much time, but I was just obsessed with the Cannes schedule. Before I even had breakfast, I scanned through the entire schedule and I just laid out all the screenings I want to go to, that I might want to go to in the Google spreadsheet. And oh my god, most of the interesting films, for some reason, they all happen in the first week. I'm missing so much of them. And this is both a good thing and a bad thing. The good thing is, I guess the bad thing first. The bad thing is I'm missing a bunch of them. The good thing is I'm not as stressed about trying to catch all of them because I kind of give up on a bunch of those films already. But even so, before I even had breakfast, I scanned through the schedule, and then while having breakfast, which is steamed egg custard buns, I was still going through the Google spreadsheet, sort of thinking of alternatives to this, alternatives to that. And there are some glaring issues. First of all, because I'm still trying to catch as much as possible, the first few days, the first 3 days I'm going to be there, it's going to be really tough because I'm trying to catch up from films I've missed. So, multiple films like Fjord and Hope, Fjord and Hope and Once Upon a Time in Harlem, they're all like right before I arrive. And I want to catch the replays of those films while catching up with films that are premiering at the same time. So it's going to be really hectic. But I'm really happy that both Her Private Hell and Kokorojo are going to be after I arrive. But the big issue is actually the day I arrive at Cannes, May 18th, that night they're premiering Her Private Hell. And given that it's super late at night, I have a pretty good chance of snagging tickets. The real issue is I might not be able to get the badge on time. Gare Maritime, the place where you get the badge, closes at 6 p.m. My plane lands at Nice at 4:25. And I absolutely hate this because a little bit earlier means I can get the badge. A little bit later means I for sure know I cannot get the badge until next morning. And which is fucking insane. Which means why even bother going on May 18th anyways? So I really, really want to get the badge on May 18th, the moment I arrive at Cannes. Really difficult, but I really want to. Now, the chances are not zero. I have a backup plan in case I couldn't, but I'm going to try. This is Mission Impossible. I have a lot of people who might be able to help me. Asir and half of the Cannes team, I know who they are. I also know Yu Chen. I know Anna. I even know Ziyu. One of them can help me. If I get off the plane at 4:25, and God forbid, if it lands earlier, that would be great. If it lands any later than 4:30, plan canceled. Abort mission. But anyways, 4:25, let's just say 4:25 I arrive. Because Amsterdam, like Netherlands and France, they're in the Schengen area, so I don't actually have to check out. Like, I don't have to go through customs, because I've already gone through it in Amsterdam. Instead, let's just say it takes about 20 to 30 minutes for me to get out of the airport. To go from Nice airport to maybe Gare Arena tram station, and then, get this, I directly call a Bolt. It's going to be a little expensive, but it's going to be worth it. I directly call a Bolt, about 40 minutes-ish, zoom over to Cannes, to Gare Maritime. I put down my stuff, and then have a friend wait there for me to get a hold of my luggage and my backpack, and then I immediately grab the badge. That would be perfect. But then again, super Mission Impossible. And overall, I still feel very ambivalent about this Cannes trip because I still feel very scared about coming back to the US. So tomorrow, I'm going to have to ask the OIS. Also, no news on the OPT yet, which is really stressing me out. Nothing else happened today. I finished a film. I just finished an episode of anime, feeling good. I'm about to have dinner. I went to the gym. I hit the gym one last time before my parents come. I mean, I can still go to the gym, I think, next Monday, but I think it's going to end at 8 p.m., so I'd rather not. So today is the final gym. Before the gym, Maisie texted in the chat saying that they got a job and also just bought a car. Holy shit, they're going places. I have no job, I have no car, I have nothing. I'm a fucking failure, but it's okay. I accept, I love the way that I am, okay? Or at least I try. And for a moment, Christian was like, do you want to celebrate? And, Maisie's like, yeah, let's celebrate. And Christian's like, right now? Maisie's like, well, not really right now. Maybe this weekend. So that ended up not happening. So I ended up going to the gym by myself. I was like, do you want to go to the gym? And Christian's like, yeah, maybe. But the gym literally closed at 10. By the time I got to the gym, it was already 9:15, and I had a 40-minute gym, very fast. I did all the greatest hits. I did the lateral raises with the 20 pounds. I did bench flying thing again. And then I did a couple pull-ups. I did some bicep pulls, and then I did a couple bench presses, and then I ran, and that's it. So not very effective because it's just a little bit of this, a little bit of that. But I think that's appropriate for the final gym. And the last run on the treadmill, I ran for about 15 minutes, but I was running. I was sweating, and my earbud was literally dying at 10% battery. And I listened to Death Grips, and then the final song was Death Grips is Online. And when that song played, even though I was really tired, that song filled me with energy. I was bouncing up and down. I was literally dying. I was so exhausted, but I like smiled at my phone, and I started bouncing up and down. I was very invigorated, and I absolutely loved it. I love that feeling of just like the power of music will guide me through this pain and exhaustion. So that was a good ending to my journey of hitting the gym at USC. I'll hopefully be back. No worries. Actually, before the gym, I also went to Trader Joe's, bought a bunch of shit. Anyways, I guess the last thing I would have to mention is Sunny. Yeah, I mean, she's not one to speak to me daily, but then again, not a lot of people would, unless you're Leslie, who I think was just really friendly to me, or Jayun, who was just using me as some kind of scapegoat. But yeah, I'm having like complicated thoughts. I'm overthinking things. I'm like, what if in the party when I last saw Sunny, I like turned her off, and like I revealed too much about myself, and now I seem too weak and vulnerable, but maybe no. I don't know. I don't want to overthink. If she's there, I want to speak to her. So I don't know. I feel like I'll text her at some point. I feel like I need to be direct. I feel like with Leslie and Jayun, there's a lot of like beating around the bush, not telling her how I feel. Even though right now with Sunny, I'm not that obsessed. I didn't think about her that much today. Maybe it's a can thing, but also graduation thing. But yeah. But I do think that next time I see Sunny, I should just tell her, let's hang out because I like you. And it's not going to be like a teary-eyed confession like at CMD or in Little Tokyo. It's going to be just, you know what? You're interesting. And I don't actually get the chance to talk to people in such deep and profound way in real life. And we should hang out more. I should just be honest, and we'll see. I don't want to wait until I run into her, blah blah blah. I always do that. I always wait until I run into her next time or having some kind of excuse. There's no time to waste. I'm not going to immediately text her. I might over the weekend. Just want to chill for a little bit first, I guess. So, yeah. Bruh. Got him. Okay, I'm gonna cancel it. Oh my god. Why is no one booking this? The Black Mirror experience? What the hell? What the hell is this? Okay, damn. Time now is 1:31 p.m. On May 8th, we are 8 days away from graduation. Yes, 8. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Actually, more like 7 days than would it. Yeah. Anyways, oh. I slept from 5:20. I went to bed at 5:20, but I was looking at my phone. So let's say 5:25 to about 1:13. I woke up by the alarm. I'm okay. Not really feeling that sore. Not really feeling that sore from the gym. I wish I could have done more, but yeah. Hopefully today will be interesting because I think I'll be meeting with the OIS, and then also go to Lizzie's birthday party tonight. So that's gonna be fun. I'm also gonna start working on some big papers and essays and finish some movies and yeah. I don't know. I still want to do a movie night and invite Sunny. I want to talk to her more. I like that this isn't easy, by the way. I remember saying so many times that if love is easy, then it's not real love. I like that it's like I'm like overthinking and struggling just a little bit. Just a little bit. I don't want to overthink too much though. But I'm overthinking a little bit. Just a little bit, you know. And Sunny's not really not even looking at my Instagram stories. But she likes my Instagram posts. But I see her like literally commenting and reposting other people's Instagram posts, and I'm like, she's much more interactive with others, and she's like maybe a little bit avoidant of me. I don't really know. Yeah. But we'll see. Still want to talk to her. Still want to see what's up, and yeah. Well, I guess that's it. That's all I really have to say. I had a dream where it was like chapter 1 of a manga, or like the first episode of an anime, where I'm like this very young, or maybe I'm seeing this in the third person, but I'm this very young person who doesn't really know how to fight. And I'm with a friend who also doesn't really know how to fight. And we were in the middle of a city traveling at night, and we were like clumsy. And this one guy keeps trying to kill us. I think we were like trying to protect a baby or trying to protect something. And this one guy who can shoot some kind of projectile, which is very powerful, keep trying to kill us, and we somehow managed to outsmart him. And then it's like a few hundred chapters later, that clumsy friend is gonna die, and the main character is gonna be really strong and powerful. Yeah, that's it. That's all.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay.
Okay. Then you shuffle, right?
Shuffle.
Oh, do you want me to shuffle?
I know. I got it.
You do it again.
I didn't know I was so bored.
Get the magician assist. It's green hearts. Go ahead. Flip her upside down because she likes it.
Okay.
Yes. Oh, it's not real. It's not real.
Oh!
It's not real. No, it's not real. No sudden movements, am I right? Holy shit. I don't see it. Then that leaves which coin in my hand?
Copper.
Yes, yes. Let's start over. See, there's a copper coin. I'll go slow here. I'll take the silver coin. I'll put the silver coin in my pocket. Right? I'll leave my head wide open. I want you to see the moment it really happens. You ready? Which coin's in my hand?
Copper.
Yes,
Silver.
let's start over. See? There's a copper coin and a silver coin. A silver coin and a copper coin.
Okay, time now is 2:44 a.m. in the morning. I'm still in my street clothes. What the fuck? Today, we are 7 days away from graduation. 1 week. 1 fucking week. Yeah. Also, I guess, 8 days away from leaving. No. Yes. No. 9 days. Pretty fucking crazy. I woke up after 7.5 hours-ish and, didn't do much. I finished Symbiocytotoxiplasm, and then I had a quick lunch, and then I went out to Lizzie's place for her birthday party. It's cool that I got to do something cool today, going to a birthday party instead of just staying at home and just doing nothing and bullshitting. But yeah. Oh, right, the OIS. So I woke up and immediately I joined the OIS Zoom meeting, drop in, and thank God I did, because I think every time I visit OIS on Zoom, a different person speaks to me, and depending on the person, they could be very helpful or they could just suck. And this time it's very helpful. Maybe it's because it's an Asian woman and, you know, there's a slight sympathy going on. But essentially I asked her, I was like, hey, where is the OPTI 20? Because I requested it last Saturday, and I didn't have it. Like, the academic advisor sent it over to OIS last Friday. And so she checked and she was like, wait, the academic advisor didn't send until yesterday. She literally sent it yesterday. What? My academic advisor took 2 whole fucking weeks. 2 weeks to send this goddamn thing. And so I'm a little worried. So is this gonna take another 10 business days for OIS to process it? And which is a problem, because now I know for sure I won't get the EAD on May 17th, but at least let me apply for USCIS before May 17th. Because if I don't do that, I'm gonna kill myself. So she's like, well, don't worry, I'll check on it, and if it looks fine, I can get it to you today. Literally 5 p.m. I'm like, thank you so much. And that's what happened. It took the academic advisor 2 weeks to process the OPT, and for OIS, it took them a couple hours, especially because of this nice lady. And she also told me that there's going to be an emergency contact number in case something goes extremely awry at the airport. I could contact this number, emergency hotline. So that alleviated my stress a little bit. Still scary, still extremely scary, but I'm sure things will work out. I know for a fact that either way I'm gonna cry. If I'm let back into LA, I'm gonna cry because I've survived this. This is like the Mexico incident, but like worse, actually. Because at least with the Mexico incident, I know for sure that there is I just need to do it. I just need to go to Mexico and come back, which, it's not a matter of if, it's more of a matter of when. Like, when I go to Mexico and come back. This is more of an if situation. So this is actually worse. But yeah, anyways. Hopefully things work out fine. But yeah, I got the OPT I-20. I'm going to apply to USCIS. I should have applied it immediately, but I'm going to do it tomorrow, okay? I'm going to do it tomorrow, for sure. 100%, 1,000%. Yes. The other thing is my sash has arrived. One day. It took them 1 day to remake it. Now the sash has arrived. I DM'd Tool. Tool's like, I'm free next Tuesday, which is the day my parents are coming. So before my parents come, literally in the morning, pop out, take some photos, come back. Easy peasy. Things are going to work out. That works. I actually DM'd Tool yesterday. And then, yeah. So anyways, cool beans. I took a bus to Koreatown, to K-Town, to Lizzie and Tova's place. I arrived at around 8. Turns out not a lot of people were there, even though the birthday party's supposed to start at 7. But, it's okay to be an hour late because people are never on time for parties. I arrived and it was fine. And the thing is, we have Lizzie's friends and they're all kind of in a friend group. Like, they all know each other vaguely. And they're all like, I don't know why, but this feels really millennial, even though they're all, I guess, early Gen Zers. But it just feels really weird to be at a party where a lot of people are adults who had graduated and they're just working and they have real issues like fixing cars and jobs and whatever, and a bunch of people I don't know. A couple of them I've seen before at Lizzie and Tova's place, but they're all Lizzie's friends, and Tova's glad that Tova asked me, and she also asked Naja to come, but Naja didn't show up. But yeah, it was fine. There's a lot of food, and they prepared some good food. So it's kind of ironic because I had lunch around 6 p.m. Around 6:30 actually, and then by the time I arrived at their place at 8, I had dinner basically, and there was like mashed potatoes and more chicken. So I've had nothing but chicken today in terms of protein, and some salami as well actually, and just a lot of like fruits and snacks and drinks, and it was really nice. And some broccoli, some salad, so I don't even have to worry about veg. And then they hired a magician. So Lizzie and I guess Tova too found this magician at a bar. His name is the Wand King, and he's like a stoner. Like, he showed up and he acts like he's stoned. He's like, it's not real. That's just very awkward, but that's a part of the act. And he did some really impressive magician stuff, and like slamming the car into the ceiling, a lot of weird mind games. It's pretty cool. And then right after that, Lizzie did her podcast thing where she wants to film like 5 minutes per person, and she had like a bowl, and they're like different like cards, and you pick a card and you have to talk about what's on the card. For me, it's why did the Democrats lose the 2024 election, which is such a loaded and such a serious question, like, for me to talk about for 5 minutes. It's not that I'm scared of talking about politics. It's more so, A, I'm not even American. B, this is a very serious question for something so lighthearted. Other people got like, describe me if I was a fruit, or what's your first impression of me, or something ridiculous like gay son or thought daughter, or there were a few political ones as well, but it's just, yeah. So we did, and Lizzie was gonna use Canon camera. For some reason it didn't turn on, so she had to use her own phone. The thing is, the phone, it's not gonna pick up sound, especially when a lot of people are talking. So I was like, do you want like a separate sound recording? So I ended up offering my own phone as a microphone for the talks, for the podcast episodes, I guess. And my phone dropped a couple times, but it's okay. And then, yeah, I gave Lizzie my gift, which is a $9 notebook, and I didn't even know it's like a phone book. I thought it's just a straight notebook. I feel kind of bad, but I feel like I'm one of the few people who actually gave her a gift, and she's really happy about it. So that's that. And that's it. And then Tova drove me home. I arrived home at around 12:30, and I decided to watch a film on Blu-ray just now, which is why it took me 2 hours. And I was downstairs and just watched the whole movie. I was gonna stop halfway, but it was a very captivating film, and I just finished the whole thing. And that's pretty much it. So I'm happy that I finished 2 films today, and just did some progress and feeling good. And yeah, I don't know. So tomorrow, both Mia and Andrew Wu actually texted me, which makes me really happy because this morning I feel like no one's texting me, like people are gonna forget about me. But Mia texted me saying tomorrow we are pre-gaming at her place at 12:30, and I'm like, that's cool. I'm gonna show up, and I might bring my flute too. Andrew Wu's coming. Ethan Go is coming as well. I asked Maisie and Christian if they want to go. Christian didn't see it. Maisie's like, no, probably not, because if it's frat house, I'm not gonna go. Also, it's gonna be all Asian anyways, and Maisie's not Asian, so there's that racial, I don't know, awkwardness going on. The interesting thing is, like, people like Andrew Wu and Mia Sun, I feel like they only hang out with Asians. They're this very specific kind of Californian Asian who only has Asian friends, and it's so interesting because I had the same mentality. I'm not American, so it makes even more sense for me to group up with only Asians, but I feel like when they group up with other Asians, they're grouping up as Asian Americans. When I group up with Asians, I'm grouping up as Asians in general. So I actually have a weaker link with Asian Americans than the Asian Americans do with each other. Especially because, again, Andrew Wu, Mia Sun, Ethan Kwan, etc. These people are specifically Chinese Americans. And are Sino-Americans. It's a very specific group. Of course they hang out with John Kim, and John Kim, Huvo, that's a little bit more broad because you have a Korean American, you have a Vietnamese American, and then of course Bien is Filipino American. With the exception of K-Shay, this entire group is just Sino-American. Californian Sino-American. Californian Chinese American. Very specific stuff. And so for some reason, I just kind of gravitate outwards, and I end up hanging out with, somehow I feel like at the very bottom of my college life, the 2 closest friends I have is somehow Christian and Maisie, which is, again, so crazy if you really think about how people keep floating in and out. Some people become really close to me and then they depart. Rachel, the Hong Konger girl, was kind of someone I talked to a little bit here and there in the beginning, and then as you move on, there are people that kind of drift in and out of my life, like Jayun. Actually, only Jayun really came really close to be top 5 closest person I've ever spoken to, and then now I just don't talk to her, which is just really depressing. But yeah, anyways, this morning I was again a little bit dejected. I looked at my outline for my essay film. I talked to a ghost and I refined it. I'm having new ideas. I'm so inspired, which is so shocking how inspired I am. Within 2 days, I came up with the entire outline of the entire film, which is very invigorating. I think it's just this graduation thing, this melancholia and anxiety that's really fueling my my film, my ideas. But anyways, yeah, I was just thinking of what are the most important people that I've met at USC, and I realized I can only name about 20-ish. I named 24, but some of them are in batches, right? So everyone from Rachel Lamb to Glenn to Matt Chan, low-key, and then the APCA group, the Andrew Wu and the whole group, like Brandon, Ethan, Quan, Harley, Daniel Pan, etc. And then the Click to View group, Colin, Garrett, Anya, the Rachels, Sunny included, even though very late edition, you know. And then you have like Audrey the Asian girl, Jayan, Christian, Maisie. I think that's pretty much it. And I don't know. And then I guess the final talking item for right now is Sunny. I think I like her. Especially after the talk we had last time. It was so fucking nice. To be honest, if that's it, this very attractive, interesting, aesthetically interesting, identically interesting, sort of Chinese American girl, the fact that I can have a deep talk with her, film something with her, make a project with her, party with her, I think is already a privilege. But my greed doesn't end there. So I don't know, I should just straight up just text her. Like, the thing is, I wish she's texting me every day. I know she's not. I don't know what she thinks of me, but the truth, and I know this hurts. I won't say hurt. I know this is agonizing, not knowing how someone feels about you, because the truth is, I don't know how anyone feels about me, other than Christian and Maisie. I feel like Christian and Maisie, I've been with them enough to the point where I'm sure they think I'm just fine, and I'm like, I feel secure. But with literally everyone else, I think, maybe not Glenn, because I don't know, there's like connection there. Me and Glenn go way back. But literally everyone else, the APC people and the Click to View people, how they think of me, I really, really mind, which I don't like. But again, like, in this age of acceptance, I feel like I should accept that I don't know how they think of me, and I should just be okay with it, you know. And the truth is, they probably don't think much of me. But anyways, I don't know what Sunny thinks of me, because one moment I see that Sunny doesn't even look at my Instagram stories, which is really weird. She uses Instagram all the time. And then on the other hand, Sunny seems really happy and relaxed, especially the last 2 times I've seen her in the last 2 parties, basically. So what does she think about me? I don't know. Maybe she doesn't think much. Maybe she thinks I'm pretty cool. Maybe she's purposefully avoiding my stories. But then why would she? I don't think she is like that. I think it's okay, because the same thing happened with Mary, Leslie, and Jayan. I'm worried. I don't know what they think of me. With Mary, I think she probably doesn't even think of me, because I mean so little. With Leslie, maybe she thought of me as a nice friend, but felt very awkward that I liked her back. Jayan, there was definitely something there with Jayan. Jayan, there was definitely some kind of romantic tension, believe it or not. Even though she wouldn't admit it, but the drunk phone calls in the middle of the night, talking to me about my personal life every single day, and, you know, meeting me in Hong Kong, like, there is something there. There's a tiny bit of something there. But I still freak out during, you know, the first 2 weeks of last semester. I'm like, I don't know what she thinks of me. And the same thing is happening here, and I feel like the best way to deal with it is just to deal with it, to not let it linger, but to just tell her the truth. Again, like I said, maybe I said it last night, maybe this morning, but like, I'm still not that obsessed with her, but I know once I like a person, it's just gonna go deeper and deeper, like a snowball, and I want to tell her first before it gets too worse. And with Leslie and Jayan, Leslie, she's lesbian. Jayan, she's with someone else. Sunny literally just dumped a guy. And maybe she's so insane that she immediately hooks up with another guy. That is a possibility. but she literally just dumped a guy, which I don't know. Seems like the window is a little open for me. So I don't know. I just want to invite her to watch something. Tell her that I liked speaking to her, but also I don't want to come off too weak. I don't want to come off like needy and like, ooh, people, ooh. I want to still have like an air of confidence. Instead of like catering to her, she's a mess. She eats chicken liver and goat cheese instead of real meals. She drinks and throws up until 6 a.m. in the morning. She makes crazy art. She struggled with all shades of mental disorders, just like we all do, really. And, but I don't have to cater to that kind of like chaotic, digital, hardcore, like insanity. I like that, but I also like, you know what, fuck it. I'm gonna make her watch a slow drama and something classy and elegant. I like classical art and classical music, and I'm much more like, you know, reserved and organized, and maybe I should let her see that. Maybe she would appreciate that I also have my own style and persona and story to tell. Either way, I don't know. I feel like the two logical steps right now is for me to consult Christian and Maisie because they've seen Sunny. Maybe tell others tomorrow. Low-key excited for the house call, even though I probably hate it. And then tomorrow night, text her. I want to hang out with her. And I should do a movie night. I want to watch Battle Royale. I want to watch Old Boy. So, or Ethan Go wants to watch Old Boy, but maybe Sunny would like it. She took a couple selfies today on Instagram. She's like upside down, laying on a couch. I mean, she's not upside down. She's laying on a couch, but the way she took the selfie, she's upside down. And she's wearing this low top, exposing her shoulder tattoo. And oh, my God. I hope that cunnilingus story is just a joke. I hope no one's eating her pussy, and then worse yet, she dumps him because men is just sexual objects to her. Like, I hope that is not the case. I don't need another psychotic woman. And from our last conversation, she doesn't seem psychotic. She seems like she has herself under control. Yeah, I don't know. Gotta consult Maisie and Christian. I also don't know what Maisie's trying to do with me. With her taking so many photos of me and asking to see a movie with me at like 2 a.m. I don't know. I know I'm thinking too much. I don't think she likes me because the idea of someone liking me is very absurd. But if she does, I would scream. Not because I like her back, but because just thank you. Like, Jesus Christ. I don't know, I'm thinking too much. I need to tell Sunny this weekend. You know, it took me like 2 years to say hi to Mary. It took me like 3 months to tell Leslie that I liked her. With Jiren, it's, I guess, 2 months-ish, because it kind of really started in August, and then I was gonna tell her, though, like, in September, like, before Starman, and then I found out she had a boyfriend, and it was delayed, but it was, you know, but now it's just like, I'm gonna do it ASAP. Just, I don't know how people date. I think the most important takeaway is, I don't understand romance. It's a very alien concept to me. So I'll just do what I believe is right. I'm not gonna look online and, you know, of course I'm gonna talk to friends, but I don't know how romance works. I'm just gonna do it and believe in it, basically. I've never cooked pasta before. No, I mean I have, but let's imagine I've never cooked pasta before. But I want to. Maybe I don't have the right ingredients. Maybe I don't have the right equipment. I don't have the right pan and the spatula. I don't have the right sauce. Maybe not. Maybe I have the right seasoning. Maybe not. I don't know. Because I'm an alien. But I'll still do it. Maybe it'll come out tasty. Maybe not, but I'll still do it. Because that's what I believe in it. So yeah. I'll just do it. And we'll see.